Chidi, the August Hunger and End Bad Governance protests really exposed how weak our system is. What started out as a peaceful movement turned into something so tragic.
You're right. It was heartbreaking to see how quickly things escalated. Amnesty International said 21 protesters were shot dead, and there were reports of journalists being harassed and mass arrests. It's like we're back in the dark days.
And the looting, the arson, it was chaos. The protesters didn't plan it well, and the government's response only made things worse. Remember President Tinubu's broadcast? It was so out of touch.
Yeah, his speech didn't address what the protesters were really fighting for. And then, you had the pro-government protests going on without any issues, while the anti-government protesters were treated so harshly. It just doesn't seem fair.
The demands from the protesters were also a bit unrealistic, though. Reversing the petrol price, immediate employment for youths, it's not that simple, but their frustration is understandable.
True, but it shows how desperate people are. Moving forward, we need better planning for these kinds of protests, with demands that actually make sense and focus on what's best for the country.
And the government has to change its approach too. They need real crisis management strategies, and our security agencies must be trained on how to handle these situations properly. Fair treatment for everyone, regardless of which side they are on.
Absolutely. And those who hijack the protests for their own gain, they need to be brought to justice. If we don't address these issues, we're bound to face this kind of unrest again.
Nigeria can't afford to go through this again. We need to learn from this and do better.